Welcome back, you guys. You're listening to the Shmee podcast. I am your host, Sam Pelissero. You can follow me on Instagram at Sam Pelissero and follow the podcast at Shmee Podcast. Today's co-host is the one and only
Nikki Thomas.
Hey, he is back. And what's funny is I think about this is when this episode comes out, it's not going to be too many episodes after the first one you were on, but it has been 6 freaking months since we recorded last.
Which is just disturbing.
Because of good old coronavirus. So let's just hop right in.
We have a lot.
Because we have a lot to talk about, guys. Today's, the theme of the episode is gay.
That's the best way to put it.
That's really the best way to put it.
Gay rights.
Gay rights. She said it. She said, wait, do you want to start off in the best way?
Yes.
I think I found a new gay icon.
Ooh.
Well, she's not new, but she's more like, she was lost and I found her on Tumblr from a post I made back in 2013.
Let me see her.
Ready?
I've sucked more cock than you ever will in your whole life, bitch.
What? Wait.
Like one more time.
I've sucked more cock than you ever will in your whole life, bitch.
Why'd she say it like that?
She like went in. She's like, yeah. So if you guys are not watching at home and you're watching or like listening on Spotify or something, it's an old Vine. I will post it to the Shmee podcast page under highlights, under gay rights. And
Gay rights.
You can go and look at it. But it's a I'm assuming someone's mom or maybe like they're cool on.
I don't know. I love that she just said cock. Like it wasn't like dick, peanut. No, cock. Like I've
like more cock than you ever win your whole life, bitch. And that accent, I'm like, what is going on?
I don't
There's
know.
so much to unpack there. But yeah, so let's roll right into it.
Roll with it.
So since we recorded a podcast last, there's a couple things that have happened in my life.
Oh boy.
Let's see. COVID hit.
She swung. She didn't hit.
And she did not miss.
No.
I had to shave my head because of you can't get haircuts.
No.
And now I'm wearing this hat because it's at a very awkward length. So for the next few episodes, I'll be wearing a hat on camera because it is not cute. I had a whole ass relationship.
A whole ass relationship. Like a novel, beginning, middle, end.
Literally. We had gone on, I think, one date when you were over here last.
Like I don't even think it was more like not a rendezvous, but a meeting. Like it was like it wasn't even labeled yet. It was like so new.
Yeah, I remember pulling up his Tinder. I saw Tinder on my phone.
Yes, you did.
Like look at him. Yeah. So that happened. You since are now a TikTok celebrity.
Yeah, I don't know. I think also we'll talk about this, but my growth has like stopped, and I think rigor mortis. But we'll talk.
Did you get shadow banned on TikTok?
I don't think so, but I'll talk about it.
Okay,
it'll tie perfectly into our themes
because it's funny. Because I listened to our episode last night just to get like refresher.
Yeah.
You said, yeah, I have like 30,000 followers already.
Yeah.
Guys, Nick has almost, is it like 500,000 now?
It's like today it's like 480.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
It's in like
But okay,
the first video I popped off was in March. So in basically however long since March.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So he's a quasi TikTok celebrity, guys. And I'm also now trying to be an influencer because of Shmee stories.
She is an influencer.
She is an influencer. I met someone the other day, and he saw the coming out video that I posted.
Oh, really?
And he was like, I didn't know that she was an influencer. And I was like, oh, she's trying to be.
No, you say you are, manifest it's gonna happen.
But I did something really dumb today, and I regretted it immediately.
Me.
So I had this theory, and it kind of actually worked in a weird way. That I thought to myself, maybe the reason why I'm not popping off with these videos is because people go to my profile and like, oh, he only has 1,000 followers, so he can't be that good.
That's definitely like a psychological thing.
So I bought 1,000 followers. I was $10.
Yeah.
But literally, I regretted it immediately because then all I was seeing was these like Russian bots all over. So then I sat there and I started to like block them all, but I couldn't get rid of most of them. So I got rid of 500 of them. So now I got 500 extra Russian bot followers. Now I'm at like 1,500.
Holy shit. Well, that's...
But it was so dumb because it's a fake number.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy them because for the engagement. I bought them for just the fake number.
Yes.
just so people go to my page like, oh, he has 1,000. He must be funny. People are following him. Whether it's fucking fake or not.
I think it's really what's the thing is, wow, words, before Instagram cracked down on that, basically. Like they can tell like when you're using like third party shit to like boost your followers, and they will not push your content out as much. Like, but before Instagram was doing that, companies would do that to like see like, would people be more inclined to follow them if they saw that they had more. And it's true, everyone does that. Like
yeah.
If someone follows me and they have a lot of followers, like I don't know why. I wish it wasn't, but it's like you just want to hit follow.
Totally. Well, so do you want to know why I think it worked?
Why?
So I bought those fake ones, right? And that was this morning. That was like at 10 in the morning. And then I went through them. I took about 500 of them off. And then since then, I've been getting about, I think I got like 10 followers about like a few hours ago. And they're all real people. And they're all gay men because they watched my coming out video.
Really?
And they followed my page. And I'm convinced it's because before today I had 900. And then, but then them psychologically seeing that 1,000 number.
Yep.
They're like, oh, he's something. So it kind of half worked.
It's almost like there is like that psychological marketing thing. Yes. Where instead of saying it's $40, they say $39.99.
Yes,
it's that same kind of thing. Like you're more inclined to say it's like $30 more than 40. Like
so fucking true. So if you guys are gonna, shame me for spending $10 to buy 1,000 Russian bots, I'm sorry. Okay?
It was a social experiment.
Yes, a social experiment that I spent my hard-earned money on for nothing.
You learned a lesson.
I did,
if anything.
But
so it was worth it.
And it kind of worked. We'll check later. Maybe I'm popping off now.
Period.
So what else has changed in your life?
In my life?
Besides the fact that clearly real estate is
not the tea. The thing is, real estate is the tea right now. Like it is not, between coronavirus for New Jersey specifically, people are coming to New Jersey from New York. Like it's kind of a dark comparison, but they're comparing it to like after 9/11 when a lot of people left the city to get away from the city. Like people are doing that now from coronavirus, from the protests. They have young families now. They want to get to more space, save money. So that's happening. Rates are crazy low. There's like 3 times more people looking to buy than there are selling. So like if something's on, it goes like that. So if there's a time to be doing it.
You're not doing it though, right?
I'm not doing it.
I didn't think so.
Because I just don't fucking like it. And that just shows like it doesn't matter how much money you can make. If you don't like something. And it's not even like it's that hard. It's literally just being consistent.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of, to me, bothering people. And I know in real estate they say, you're not bothering them, you're helping them. I'm like,
okay, that is some weird backwards customer service talk.
Thank you. Like, because I know for a fact, especially our generation, if we don't answer the first time, we're not answering the second time. The third, the fourth, the fifth. The more you bother us, the less we're gonna
Exactly. It's like that the meme where the guy goes, I'll see, meaning I'm not coming, I never was gonna come, I'm not even gonna think about coming.
Yeah, literally very that. It's very that. Like everyone's like, are you gonna come back? I'm like, no.
No, it's not happening.
So but I love the team I'm on. I'm on basically one of the top teams in the state, and which I don't know how that fucking happened, but I'm basically her daughter, who runs her marketing kind of thing for the team, is moving to Florida. She's also a good friend of mine, and the mom loves me, the team leader. And I was like, Dora's leaving. I'll do your marketing, which is basically her social media.
Yeah, but you're not having to do the.
No, but the best thing is they're at least my team is, because we're so well known. We're so busy that my team leader was like, I get so many like buyer leads I don't even want to work with. I'll just toss you a deal once a month.
Wow,
which is like cute, $2-3 grand once a month.
That's fucking amazing.
So that's kind of the tea for my monetary situation, job wise. It's like $20 an hour. Like,
yeah, because a lot of people are literally unemployed.
I know, and I'm starting Monday.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Wow. So I'm finally making money.
Good, because for a while I remember you were doing lots of things.
But it wasn't getting paid.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about. I don't know what you want me to say.
What? Oh no, we're not gonna talk about that.
We don't talk about her.
No, we don't.
All right, moving on.
No, I will.
I thought it was so hilarious because I thought you were joking.
Yeah, no.
And then like I remember that's like one of our first like Twitter like exchanges that people were like following.
Yeah.
Like, you and I going back and forth about it. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, he's fucking serious.
Oh, for dead ass. It's dead and ass.
Tell the world.
Basically, it was right when Corona hit, and I was being dramatic. I just wanted some money, but I finally had an excuse to. I don't know. Like, I didn't want to start an OnlyFans for money. I didn't want to because it was too like permanent. I didn't want like
100%.
something. I just wanted a quick cash grab. So I was like, I think I told you on our first episode, I got popular on Twitter by being a thought.
Yeah, and we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Because you tried to do that with me and it did not go over well.
No. So we'll talk about that. So, but where was I going with this?
That you're selling booty pics.
Oh, basically. So I was like, I used to be a thought. I was like, let's bring Zach some old times, but this time I'm not doing it for free.
Yes.
I'm not leaving the house unless I'm getting paid. And I was like,
money up front and money on the back.
Literally, love. And I was like, put out a little tweet, and I was like, people don't even like follow me for that stuff anymore. Who's gonna? And I was like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I honestly, it was addicting. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, but I thought you only did it like one. It was like
I did it for 24 hours.
Yeah,
I made like $1,200.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, it was addicting. Really?
It was
quick?
so addicting because I made that much money, and I wasn't even like I kept taking new pictures. I took 5 pictures.
Oh shit!
I wasn't sending new pictures. Hell no, baby. Like we're not doing that.
That's
I'm not putting that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I took 5 pictures, and I was just sending no effort.
Wow.
And I was like, I made that much money.
And you're like, you get it. You get why
people do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you're cute and you got a half a decent body, like it's So I did that, but it just kind of created a little drama with me and Chris. Like,
I
totally get.
I understand. Yeah.
Like not everyone is at like I can turn it off, and that's not him. And I was like, I can respect that.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's not worth the drama.
No.
It's fucking stupid. So one time did it, and. No face, no case. So
love it.
No face, no case. Fully clothed. I wasn't even nude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
I wasn't even nude. I wasn't even nude.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
That is so funny.
She's powerful.
Them thighs and that booty.
So that's Well,
let's talk about Twitter now. So in the first episode we recorded, I said I'm new to Twitter because even though that's how you and I met. Yeah. I said I only have literally at the time I said I had 8 followers. Yes. Now I have, I have like 120. She's popping off.
It's hard to grow on Twitter.
It really is.
It's really hard.
But it's so funny, but I now understand Twitter.
It's a whole different language.
It's a different language. I now understand how there's regular Twitter, there's gay Twitter, there's black Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it all now because I've seen the good and the bad of all of it.
There's a lot.
Let's see. Let's talk about the time that you said, Sam, if you post a shirtless picture of yourself, I will retweet it to get you some clout. And it worked. The one time it worked. I got like that's how I got all my followers basically. And then we kept doing it every time I would post one. I didn't ever tell you this.
Why?
But friends of mine who followed me on Twitter were saying, Sam,
someone.
No. But they made a point. They said, Sam, this isn't your brand. So it's fun on Instagram when you do it because it's on Instagram. It's okay when it's on Instagram because like we expect it. Like you post yourself working out. They said on Twitter, it just seems so out of place because the rest of your content is you being goofy and funny and you actually have a brain. And then they were saying that, oh God, here's Sam posting another half naked picture of himself on Twitter.
It kind of seems forced.
And I was like, yeah, I get it. Because I was literally only doing it so that way I could get fast followers because of what I want to do. I want people to look at me and like follow me and listen to the podcast and everything. But yeah, so that didn't go over well. And then there was my little interaction with that little kid.
What kid?
Remember he came at me because I posted that picture of myself in 2012 and myself now.
Yes.
And that was so funny because
I was
reaching. He was like, you and your motherfucking crow's feet.
Oh my God. And I was like, baby. Baby, you have a lot to get together before you want to read.
I know. It's so funny. So yeah, so I now am what would someone who's like totally versatile in the Twitter world
I would say I don't even know. You're moldable?
Moldable? I don't know, but it does suck though because of all the things that are going on politically now. Twitter is not a thing you should open right when you wake up.
Yeah, no.
Because you and I were talking about this when you came over like last month. And that's when I realized that like social media is great for those reasons.
Yeah.
Because you're up to date with the news.
Yeah.
It's not manipulated by the media at all.
It's like on the ground.
Exactly. But the problem is when you open up your phone right when you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and it was so I would just be depressed all day because all I would see right when I would wake up is, you know, our black brothers and sisters being attacked by police. People that are white getting attacked by police. People getting away with fucking murder. You know, our president being a complete psychopath. And just watching it all unfold live.
It's like instant too.
And that's what was getting so crazy. And I had to literally tell myself to not open Twitter until lunchtime. Because at least you can have a morning of sound mind.
Yep.
Because I'm not at the protests. I'm not on the front lines right now. So what benefit is that to me to just be overwhelmed with all that information?
Especially if you're not going to put it out.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. But what was nice though was, you know, people like you who have a following, you're using it for good and informing people. Like you were posting information that I wouldn't find anywhere else and educating everyone else.
It's kind of like, okay, before this, I've talked about it. Like I've talked about social stuff all the time. I just do it when it happens. Like I wouldn't talk about it consistently like I am now. And now it just is you have to do it now. Like if you're going to, like you have to do it consistently. And I'm not saying that's the 100%. People do it however they want. That's just how I view it. It works for me. But what I was posting consistently before was polar opposite. And I was starting to gain a lot of followers from whatever I was posting. And then I kind of did a 180 and I was like, oh, wait, I also care a lot about this stuff too. It's really sad when you see your engagement. Not saying because I'm like, oh, it's my engagement rate. What I mean is it's sad to see how many people turn away.
Exactly.
That's what mean is sad. It's like I'm putting, and again, I'm not saying like I'm whining for me. I'm saying people are missing out on so much information they need to, and people almost are viewing it like it's their fault. Especially white people are viewing it like it's my fault. Like there's racism. It's like, no, it's not your fault. You just have to learn. No one's saying like it's your fault.
Learn and help.
Yeah.
Period.
But like social media, like, and it is like good and bad. Like for me personally, like because I care so much, like, and you too, it's white people, and everyone will say it. You get burnout because we're not accustomed to this, and we need to be able to keep talking about this. We can't just do it for 2 weeks and say, I'm tired. This was so hard. My mental health, not do it anymore. We have to do it in a way that's productive and sustainable. That's the best way to do this.
Yeah. You were telling me, I think maybe it was even last week you were texting me and it was just out of nowhere and you said, I'm getting anxious. And I said, about what? And you said about the fact that my Twitter feed is no longer filled with the protest, is no longer filled with sign this petition, sign that petition. And I said, I feel that because all that we can do is continuously post and retweet and share. And if that stops, then in a sick, twisted way, it stops. And then it's over. And then the wrong side has won again. And that's because they watched, they sat back knowing they'll burn out. This will be over. And you said the media isn't covering the protests anymore because the looting has stopped. And the peaceful protesting isn't entertaining for the media. But what it is entertaining for is our generation who is still sharing it and reposting it. And even though it is overwhelming to go on Instagram and everyone's stories to be the same thing, the same articles, but my thing is, is overwhelming for me because that shows I'm following the right people.
You're right.
But what if that person is the only person on someone else's
that is talking about it?
Exactly.
Yep.
So keep posting because you don't know.
It's kind of like it goes to what you just kind of said we were talking about earlier about the protest in Jackson. It's kind of like that protest is Jackson's one person.
Yes.
That the rest of Jackson needs to see. It may not be a lot, but it is something because the reality is, you know, you posting for people like me and me posting for people like you and to people like us becomes an echo room.
Yeah.
It's just a lot like, I know this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It like, that's why there are people saying you should use hashtags like hashtag Trump 2020, hashtag Blue Lives Matter, hashtag all the stuff that we would usually not use to be advocating intelligently online.
Wow.
Instead of just posting hashtag Biden, hashtag vote blue, where it's all the same. Like we all know those things.
Yes.
We don't need to know those things. Like we know those things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of liberals that need a lot of like.
Absolutely, but we can take that, not responsibility, but I guess you can take the responsible job to do it and help educate them.
Yeah.
And what is so awesome is I've seen the power of Twitter in the good way, because when there is a trending hashtag that is negative, like Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, what a lot of blogs like Anonymous will do is they'll tell all their followers, just spam the shit out of that hashtag with the good information. And then what happens, that hashtag lasts like 3 or 4 hours and then it's gone because we did our job. And we've like suppressed the darkness.
Did you see? It's so stupid. It's
what?
like K-pop stands.
Oh yes,
flooding the White Lives Matter. Like, so it was all K-pop content.
It was brilliant, fucking brilliant.
But it's like shows. It definitely stuff like that shows like there is change. Like, and I really feel like our generation is just going to be it. I really hope so.
So it's funny you say that. So that's what I've always felt. And I still believe that. But the one fear I have is I look back in history and I think, oh my God.
The boomers in the 70s?
I imagine myself being a hippie, because that we would be considered hippies back then.
My grandma, we can talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's scary because there were people then being like, we are the change. We're the ones putting flowers inside of gun barrels.
Yeah.
You know, we are stopping wars. You know, and then nothing fucking changed.
I know.
I mean, obviously we had a very long time of Republican presidents during those like 30 years.
Yeah.
So who knows what could have happened if we did have a blue government.
I know.
for that time, because you see what happened when it went from, you know, Bush to Clinton to Bush to Obama to Trump. So like you see the peaks and valleys, but what is scary though is now that we have this power of social media and everything, we're all seeing everyone's underbelly.
Yeah, like a lot. Like
and no one, I don't think anyone would have ever expected to see all these really disgusting underbellies of people.
I've lost, I don't want to say I've lost contact, but I'm not complaining.
No,
but
neither am I. Yeah. It's good.
People that I would interact with like daily, I don't anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's just mutually like we're like, holy shit. Like I'm like, they know where I stand. I know where you stand now, baby.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And it's a good and bad thing, because it's like we're really divided. Like you're kind of seeing like how divided we really are.
It's scary.
Like, I mean, I don't like talking about stuff like this because it does start to get kind of conspiracy-y, like, but you can't help but wonder
and all that.
Yeah, but you can't help but wonder, like, it's not as dramatic, but it does almost have like those Civil War-y, like you want to think this way, you think that way. We're clearly not. But I don't. And it's like then they always say find that middle ground. Find the middle ground. It's like.
But there's no middle ground in racism. It's either you believe that everyone should be treated equal, or you don't. There's no. Sometimes your life matters. It's like, no, you need to understand that racism is not a black, or it's not a great thing.
No, and it's the reason I think it's so politicized is that when you start talking about it, and you start pulling out examples of race, or racism, where people see it, you start to see that it literally is ingrained in this country.
It's disgusting.
Did you watch 13th?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, if you guys have not watched 13th Amendment, it's just called 13th.
It's just 13th.
13th on Netflix. Guys, first of all, I watched this years ago when it came out.
Oh, you did?
And then rewatching it now, I was like, holy shit, because when I watched it, I think it came out in 2016.
Yeah, it was 2016.
And things were fine.
Things were like starting to kind of we were like, oh, this is an issue.
And a lot of things that they were addressing, the Obama administration was trying to help. They were trying to shut down private prisons. And then for almost 4 years later, look at the shitstorm. But continue.
I think it's because it shouldn't be a political issue. Yeah. It's not. It's just human rights.
Yes.
It's humans.
Yes.
We're talking about human lives being mistreated, but it gets tricky. It's not tricky, but it gets tricky for people because you start questioning their political beliefs.
Yes.
You start to say, no, we need to defund the prison system. We need to defund police. What they hear is, you're going against my beliefs of law and order. It's like you're questioning a very deep rooted belief system in this country that really started in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s with the whole law and order thing. Yeah. It's like,
I know. It's overwhelming.
Are we gonna? And it's like, they're like, this is long gone. It's funny. I was thinking about this. It kind of ties what we just were talking about, like the number thing. The little difference.
Yeah.
I feel like we went from 1900s to 2000. Like, I think people hear 2000, like 2010, 2020. Like they think it's a new era. Like there's all that stuff was in the 1900s, the 1800s.
Yes.
We're in 2000s.
Like
we have those bills. Like,
no,
it's gone.
No. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I'm like, what?
Interesting. We can move on from Twitter because I want to talk about a little more fun things. Since we did say this episode's all about, gay, and then we got real deep. But it's okay. I wanted to.
It's important.
It's important. So one of the things I want to talk about is something that you and I have really bonded over COVID. It's a female.
Oh.
And she's a New Jersey native.
She is.
And her name is Fletcher.
I love
Fletch. So I thought I was alone in the Fletcher game. I know. Okay, so this is the best part. So I thought, because I stumbled across her late last year.
Same.
When her album "You Ruined New York City for Me" was released, which genius fucking name.
That album.
The album art is fucking genius.
Genius.
So the first song I ever heard wasn't Undrunk, but it was About You.
Oh.
And that song literally brings me somewhere I don't like going.
No, we don't have to go there.
Plus, I don't like going there, so stop doing that.
Yeah. Lower your voice.
But there is just something about her music, and then the best part of it all was she's gay. That was, and I didn't find that out for like months.
I know,
because I was picturing her sing about some douchebag guy, and then when she was like, "No, I'm gay," I was like, "Oh, fuck that girl that fucked you over."
I know, and like, her cover of Post Malone's "I Fall Apart."
Oh my god. The only thing I am sad about that cover is my favorite line is not in it.
Which one?
The devil in the form of a whore.
Oh,
she doesn't say that. And
she
doesn't. And could you imagine?
Maybe because of like she seems like really mature. It seems maybe something she.
But she's like fucking swearing on her records. Are you kidding me?
She straight up said, "You ruined New York City for me." That's true.
A whole fucking state.
I think we're past that.
Yeah. So I love that cover.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was listening to it, I was waiting because I knew that she was gonna kill that line because it's such a good lyric.
It's a hard line.
And then she didn't do it. And I was like, oh.
I know.
Yeah, but it's so fucking good. And Forever. You see
the
Trixie Mattel?
Version? No.
Trixie Mattel did a whole makeup tutorial just like jamming to it.
No way.
Yes, it came out like a few days ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
I love that.
The stripped version that I sent you, it literally popped up on Spotify.
It gets better every time.
Every fucking time.
You listen to it.
And I feel like I go through a different X every single time I listen to it.
It just hits.
Yeah.
Like it applies perfectly.
I know.
My favorite is All Love.
Yeah, okay.
And she talks about like running in to them at the bar.
I know.
This sucks, but it's all love. I don't wish you anything bad. I'm like,
that is wow.
Wow.
I know. it's just
her voice.
And knowing that she's from New Jersey, I mean, you're not, but like you are, but like you're not.
Yeah.
It just does. Because like if you, I think it is the Undrunk music video where she is in
it's in Asbury.
In Asbury, yes. Okay, I was right. Okay, I can remember which music video.
Because in front of the Stony Pony.
The what?
The Pony Stony? I don't know. What? I'm sorry.
The Stone Pony.
The Stony Pony.
Your Stony Pony. Stony Pony the house.
Literally, that's like that would be my drag name. The Stony Pony.
Oh my god.
That should be my podcast name.
Oh my god. Yes.
Stony Pony.
Coming to the stage, Stony Pony.
Oh my god.
That you need to write that shit down.
That's
Stony Pony.
I don't think I'm gonna forget that one.
No, it's immortalized on the podcast.
Literally.
So Fletcher, this is my personal invitation to get you in this seat on the Shmee podcast.
Please.
Like this Jersey Queen needs that Jersey Queen in that chair. Please, Fletcher. I will literally just sitting down and talk. Oh, because also the thing is that album, in all seriousness, even though it came out 2 years after my big breakup, it like fixed wounds that I didn't.
They were relevant.
It was so. I was like, oh my god, someone feels this way, and that's when you know it's a real artist. Is when they're singing, you know, it's coming from their heart and their gut and their head and every part of their body, and they're saying it and they mean those lyrics. And you on the other side, it's just like
I know. It hurts just as much, but then it's like you almost have to reconcile with those feelings. Yeah. I feel
so Fletcher, you do that to me. She posted that thing on Twitter of the face swap thing where it was like her as a guy.
Oh my god!
And I was like, well, if she was a dude, I would be sleeping with her.
I was like, she can't do anything wrong.
No, nothing.
Like she's
wrong.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so moving on, more gay topics.
Yes.
The one and only RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
The drama that was season 12.
Oh my god.
Between
Sherry.
Fucking Sherry Pie being a creep and also going out in public during the Black Lives Matter protest in New York City in her confessional outfit.
It was very bizarre. I mean, I was glad she was there. I don't want to say, what are you doing here? Because I'd rather run into her at the Black Lives Matter protest than in a grocery store.
Yeah.
So.
Or at a fucking audition.
Yeah. Or that. Or. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that. But it was just bizarre. And when they said that they were gonna edit her out, I was like, how are you gonna edit someone out of the show?
But they did a pretty good job because there were some. Yeah, there was episodes where I was like, oh yeah,
she's here.
And what did piss me off is this for all the Drag Race fans out there. How many fucking times was she in the bottom and could have been eliminated? That's the part that got me the most. So many times.
It's like, play the arthritic old lady one more time. Do it again.
I'm like, oh my god, we get it. Like, we fucking get it.
Oh, exhausting.
I know. And like seeing other queens go home who, you know, I mean, weren't ever going to make it all the way to the top, but could have been on another episode.
Farther.
Yeah, exactly. Jan. Robbed. I was watching this interview with Katya the other day that came out, and the interviewer asked her yet again, literally like 6 years later, so do you think you were robbed in All Stars 2? And she goes, here's the thing. He goes, I get asked this question for every interview that I have. I think because in my past life, I was a thief. I think that my karmic debt is being asked if I was robbed in this lifetime from Alaska. And she's like, no, I wasn't fucking robbed. She goes, because you don't have any money to be robbed from. And she goes, also, everyone wins on Drag Race because like I have made that much money since that aired. I have made $100,000 easily since that season aired and was filmed in 2015, aired in 2016. She goes, so no one was robbed. I just didn't win a tiara and a scepter.
That's such a good attitude to have.
Yeah, and that's why she's so successful.
Exactly. Like, she doesn't the thing is, she doesn't take it too seriously.
No. She's in on the joke that is life.
Yeah.
And that is drag.
Exactly. Like, you never want to not be in on the joke.
No, and that's why you and I have, like, clicked.
Yeah.
Is because you and I just get it.
I know.
And I think that's something that I've also taken throughout my life recently is if you can't laugh at it, like it being life, you can't hang with me.
It's like the Twitter gays that take themselves way too seriously.
Like, we get it. You're white. You have abs. What else? And that's one of the things I meant to talk about was my firsthand experience with those what we call 3 brain cell Twitter gays who were sliding in my DMs and just without even a conversation, being like, I want to see the booty.
It's like
I'm like, first of all, I am a grown man.
Yeah.
I am not just gonna be a drop and trowel for nobody.
That ass. Period.
And second of all, it's like the fact that you looked at me and thought all Sam is worth is booty pics. Not even a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
It's just become so normalized now.
And it's sad.
It's sad. It's
Mm-hmm.
I have my own view on why it's happened.
I know. Let's keep it light.
Let's keep it light.
Keep it light.
Keep it light.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like why? Like who? You're entitled. What do you think?
I know.
It's not clicking up here.
So odd.
It's very bold of
It ain't
people.
right. It ain't right.
But like you handled it very well.
Oh yeah, I just sent a whole bunch of pig emojis back. I was like, that was the end of it.
Like go touch yourself or something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But so back to Drag Race.
Yeah.
So then we had Miss Cherry Pie and all these incidents, and then COVID hit, and then we got this like weird Zoom celebration finale.
It was. You know what?
It
was weird.
RuPaul's looking like
Nacho Libre. Literally, not once, not twice. I thought the first time I was like, he's sick.
Yeah. Oh,
he's tired.
Yeah.
The second time I was like, oh, he meant to do that.
And then he bedazzled it.
I know. I was like, wow.
I know.
He's like, y'all exposed me for fracking. You think I'm putting on a wig for your
He's like, I don't give a frack. He's like, I don't give a frack.
But I don't know. I felt like for that finale, I'm so happy Jada won.
I
need to say that. I am so fucking happy Jada won.
Too.
But it was also one of those ones where I genuinely would have been just as happy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same.
Whoever won.
Yeah.
I loved all of them for different reasons.
So great. Like, and that, and also just like, again, they all won. They all got so much success even while the season was airing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but yeah, Jada winning felt right. RuPaul looking like that was not right.
No, that was not
it. And it's also even just to show is more apparent because I work in video production. Mm-hmm. I can literally see the bullshit that is.
Oh, really?
That I mean, it's just so
like
obvious
how
that
so?
It's just so overproduced now.
Yeah.
And when you watch earlier seasons, even all the way back to like season 6, mm-hmm. which was when they had their first like HD widescreen season because they had a budget. It wasn't so overproduced. RuPaul was laughing. He was in on the jokes. He was hanging out. You know what was going to happen. But as the seasons go on, you realize that when the producers are casting the show, they're not doing it by talent. They're doing it by who's going to go home first, mm-hmm. what's going to make a good storyline, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it becomes so obvious in the editing that they had to force so many storylines. Mm-hmm. Season 8, Bob the drag queen always talks about it. He goes, we all got along so well. Mm-hmm. The producers tried to make us say things that we didn't really mean.
No way.
Just to create storylines.
When did he say this?
Years ago. Really? He talked about it all the time, very publicly.
And
you can't get in trouble for saying that because it's just the truth. It is television.
It's
reality TV.
Me though that they didn't come for Bob because they come for anyone that if you want to speak out, they're like, baby, you're done. So and they mm-hmm. have Bob back all the time.
I know, but the thing is, I think because he pulled back that veil, it kind of made the show even more entertaining, knowing that none of this is real. But what happens on stage is real. The performances are real.
Their talent's real.
Exactly. You can't mm-hmm. fake that. But okay, fine. If they want to produce drama to get an Emmy award or two, mm-hmm. let them do it. Whatever.
Because we're exposing so much art, at least, and so much talent.
Exactly.
And I think that people are starting because they know it's so overproduced.
Yes.
Like you can literally tell as they walk into the workroom.
Oh, I know.
You're gonna win. You're gonna be mm-hmm. second, third, fourth, mm-hmm. all the way to who's mm-hmm. gonna go home 1st mm-hmm. You can tell.
Totally.
But it's just more about who is gonna do what. That's what you care
mm-hmm.
about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's what makes it so addicting.
Yeah, and it's just so. It's such a fun show, and that's what I love about it. Is it's a show you can throw on, mm-hmm. you just laugh, and you have a good time. You and I will text while it goes on, and that's about. I mean, that's it. But it just sucks knowing like the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, knowing that RuPaul started the show for a good reason, and now he's just seeing the dollar signs and doesn't give a fuck.
It doesn't seem genuine.
He's just like a puppet.
Yeah,
and he's his own puppet. He mm-hmm. controls the show.
When you think. I was thinking about yesterday about mm-hmm. like the commercialities. That's the proper word. His song American, the commercialization, that one. Thank you, Merriam-Webster. His song American, and it just seems so like thinking about right now in the context, like mm-hmm. a gay dude singing about proud to be an American.
I know.
The only line I like is that it says just like you too, mm-hmm. but it just seems like aimed at a particular audience,
I
like
know,
someone
it
who's
is.
kind of like central, wants
Yep.
to get it, like, no,
Mhm.
what's Drag Race, what's the gay
Mhm,
thing, like,
mhm.
ooh, this song is cool, like, I'm an
Yeah.
American too, just like
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem genuine.
I know.
Like, it's
I know.
weird.
It's pushed. It's forced. And again, if you listen to his earlier music, he's just having a good time.
It's about gay shit, getting
yeah,
clubs,
yeah.
like,
He's like, pop your pussy.
I know.
And now it's so not censored, but it's just so tailored.
it's so
to his
PG. like-
PG, and it's because of the fact that around season 8, all of a sudden, all these young kids started watching it.
Mhm.
And that's why season 9 had no mini challenges. It's because when they switch over to VH1,
I didn't even notice
they were
that.
testing, like, well, all the mini challenges are always like, strap this thing to your waist and click the balls and like, oh, put this banana in your mouth and run with it. So it's all like very like sexually charged mini challenges
Yeah.
for humor.
Yes.
But they were trying this thing out. I read this online that they're like, let's see what happens if we don't do the mini challenges
Mm-hmm.
and just do the main challenges. And the show was kind of like lackluster without those fun little mini challenges.
It
at the beginning.
was. I love the mini challenges.
I know. And then they brought them back. But because VH1 was like that major network, because they were on Logo for so long, Logo was like, you can do what the fuck you want. 'Cause
Yeah.
you have to, it's like a late night show.
Yeah.
But then with VH1 being on regular cable,
Mm-hmm.
they were like, oh no, we gotta really tailor this in and figure this out. But I'm like, but what's the point of you even showing the show if you're not going to show it for what it is?
For how the viewers want to watch it.
Yeah, I
Like-
know. And that's why season 9 had so many eating disorder storylines.
Really?
And because they were like, let's try to tell these stories to younger kids
Mhm.
who might be going through this, which is great and phenomenal.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
all
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. But it just was not RuPaul's Drag Race. It felt like RuPaul's therapy.
It was. Chris and I laugh all the time because it is literally so forced. Like, literally, a queen will be on this side of the room. They'll be on this side of the room. And you can literally tell the producer just said, hey, you walk across
Yes!
the room
Yes!
to that minute little picture in that
Yes!
girl's and ask, is that your mom who died?
yes. In that
Tell me
car
about
crash.
it.
I mean, yeah,
Literally.
tell me about it. I know you're like putting on your eyeliner, and so don't cry, but tell me about your dead mom right here, right now.
Literally,
And how she
it-
was also deported and then murdered. Like,
It's a lot. It's just
so
not
much.
genuine.
No. But, you know.
I
so
will
fucking
stay
loved it.
watching that shit.
Yeah, I will till the end of time.
I don't care how. Like,
I have something to tell you.
tell me.
I hope you don't get mad.
Okay.
Not at me.
No.
So I was hanging out with someone the other night,
Oh boy.
and they were talking about TikTok. So I said, "Oh, my friend Nick has a TikTok. You
Yeah.
probably because that person is an avid TikToker.
Yeah.
They don't make them, but they just
Yeah.
watch TikToks. Again, I have never had a TikTok. Don't
Mhm.
know anything about the app.
Yeah.
I know I should make one.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably
The
get
thing
a lot.
is, if you don't like it, you're not gonna do it. So who?
But I
fucking
like
cares?
watching TikToks.
Oh.
I just don't have the app.
Okay.
But so I was hanging out with this guy
Mm-hmm.
and talking about TikTok, and I said, "Oh, my friend Nick is
Mm-hmm.
kind of popping off on TikTok." He goes, "What's his name?" And I said, "Nikki Thomas." He goes, "I don't know that." So he looks at.
I don't know her.
I don't know her. Sorry. And so he looks you up and he goes, "Oh, I have seen some of his videos." So he's
Yeah.
like going through them, and I'm not looking. It's like I'm across the room basically.
Yeah.
But so I don't know what he's looking at. And he goes, "Oh, is this his boyfriend?" And I said,
Yeah.
"Is it Chris?" He goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, it's his boyfriend."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, he makes TikToks too." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I mean, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, "Oh, I see why they're together."
oh.
And, okay, so I
Oh.
literally said, "Watch what comes out of your mouth next, because those are my friends."
Period. Wow, I love you.
Period. And he
I
goes,
love you.
"No, I mean," and he got kind of flustered. He's like, "No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just see why they're together." And I said, "But what does that mean?"
Yeah.
Because
same.
also that other person was gay too.
I will read.
And so I was ready. I was like, "Okay, let's see. What are we about to do here?
I know.
Tell me, why do you say that? Oh, I see why they're together. What does that mean?"
What does that mean?
He goes, "Oh, they're just, that type." And I said, "Again, watch what you say.
Yeah.
Because those are my fucking friends."
Yeah.
He was being that, what is the word when it's like a gay person bashing another gay person?
Internally homophobic.
I guess.
The thing is,
but here's why. Because he sees Chris, throwing on makeup and doing his makeup bits, and then you're doing, I don't know, whatever the fuck you do on TikTok.
whatever I do.
Like you
I don't
do,
know.
being gay dad, being Gina.
Gina Marie.
Yeah. Oh, icon. And
Literally.
and then I said, "Oh, so," and I said, so you're gonna judge them by videos you see online?"
Yeah.
And I said, because those are their online personalities.
Period.
I said they are not that way offline, but even if they were, who
Nick
fucking?
is.
I said, who fucking cares though? I said, who fucking cares? I said, who fucking cares? And then, but because I said it, he goes, "Oh, okay." And I was like, well, and so it took so much in me to not fully just read this person.
Yeah. So it was your friend, like you didn't know them that well?
No, exactly. And I was so offended because I thought, oh my God, this is another gay person who's seeing someone's feminine traits and seing that as, oh, they're less than because they're both like well kept.
Yeah.
I don't know even how to describe it.
Yeah.
But it made me so mad because I was like, well, those are my fucking friends.
Yeah.
It's like, don't ever say anything bad about any of my friends. But second of all, you should go to a therapist and deal with whatever is going on inside of you.
Yeah.
Because the garbage coming out of your mouth is repulsive.
It's repulsive. Brush.
So
floss.
I got your back.
The stuff coming out of your mouth fucking stinks.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, I'm going to give you a reality check. Go to TD, cash that shit, and then go back.
It's like, the thing is, like, I'd rather be cute and entertaining than ugly and boring. But I genuinely try to believe now that I hope people who think like that can change and
I believe it.
Learn that it's people who were not afraid to be themselves that you're able to be who you are.
Well, one of the things you said to me, when I'm not going to reference the situation just for that person's privacy. Yeah. But we were talking about coming out, which this is a good transition to sharing coming out stories. Yeah. But so you said something that I will forever be so happy that you said to me, because it's something that I can use in my everyday conversation now. Yeah. About the idea of when someone comes out of the closet, whether that is gay, lesbian, trans, whatever it is, you need to let the person who was die.
Oh, yeah. You have to, because that's just people. I think that because it shouldn't be a big deal about coming out. It shouldn't be a big deal. The thing is, it is still a big deal.
It is, I know.
So out of like people wanting to be accepted, they say things like, I'm still me, it's no big deal, which is true, but at the same time, it's not. You're you, but you're not you. Like your whole everything is about to change. Like you get to be you now.
What I thought about when you said that to me about that other person, I looked back. My first memory was junior year of high school when I was like kind of like I was telling people I'm bi. I'm bi, you know, but I wasn't, because I was still holding on with like my nails done into that person who I was pretending to be for, 17 years of my life at the time.
Your whole life.
Because I was afraid to let that person go because they were a security blanket, and that person always kept me safe from the world because I was straight acting. I mean, not very good, but I was straight acting.
You were still straight.
And so then once I fully, and it took years, even though when I came out when I was 18.
Oh yeah, it's slow.
It took me probably till 2021 to stop saying things like, I'm gay, but I'm not that gay. Or I'm gay, but I don't think pride is for me. Like once you fully just let that shit go and you take off those blinders and the rose-colored glasses and you just open it up, you realize who you are. And that person doesn't even exist. They just vanish. Nope. Like Thanos, that bitch. Like they're gone.
You realize how much even everyday people, like even straight people, like just put on those blinders, like conform, like it's not just sexuality. It's like you literally, like you take off everything. You're like, I don't fucking care about anything. Like I'm gonna live my life how I want, whether that's gay acting, straight acting. Like you just do whatever the fuck you want. And it's literally a death. It is. That sounds so dramatic,
but it is, because who I was in high school doesn't exist.
No.
So when I have bumped into people who I went to high school with since then, and I see that they're still that same person, I get mortified because a small insecurity is, do they think that I'm still that way?
I know.
Do they think that I'm still that awkward Sam wearing Hollister shirts that didn't fit me right, and like DC shoes?
Oh my God, were we the same person?
Oh yes, we were. And you know, saying that like, me and Brenda hooked up after homecoming. And I'm like, that's not who I am. That person is dead, because anything that I said or did most likely came out of fear.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can't judge me for that.
Well, everything stems from fear. If you don't understand something or you don't want to acknowledge it, it's because you're afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, period. Yeah. So let's talk about coming out. So one of my newest things is, Shmee stories. And the first one that I kicked off with was my coming out story.
Yeah.
And I had never shared that before because I wanted to wait
Yeah.
for the right platform. And I did. But there's a lot of details in my coming out story that I did not share because they didn't fit that, because I only wanted my stories to be like 5 minutes long.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I wanted to keep them the fun parts of the stories.
Yeah.
Not all the drama in between.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's drama there. I know it.
Oh, there's always drama.
After watching that, there's drama.
So I want to reshare my coming out story. The director's cut version is what I'm going to call it. Okay, so it was 2009, but I had just moved. Oh my God, I feel like I'm quoting the video verbatim right now. But so I was a military brat, for those who have forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved every 2 to 3 years my entire life. High school was supposed to be the only time, or I guess the last time, that I had to move, meaning I moved to New Jersey in 2003.
How'd that agreement, I have a question. How'd that agreement, was that something your parents said to you? They were like, this is the last time we're moving.
Yes, because the way that my stepdad's job here worked,
Mm-hmm.
it was going to be long-term as long as he did a tour in Iraq.
Okay.
And he took a job in San Diego for a year. So we didn't have to move to San Diego for a year.
Right.
But then shit hit the fan, and it was inevitable. So I was there from 7th grade to junior year. And at the end of junior year, I had to move to Colorado for my senior year of high school. For 1 year. Throwing all of it. But looking back, I'm so grateful because I can't imagine my life any other way.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, I had the choice. Do I live with my mom and stepdad in San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I finally get the chance to live with my dad and stepmom? Because my parents got divorced when I was 4.
Right.
And I never lived with my dad.
Right.
Never lived with my dad.
Really?
And as a kid. But
Yeah.
So I took that chance. And I knew Denver because my dad had been there for 10 years.
Okay.
So I knew Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved to Denver. And it was great because it's fucking liberal the house down moves. My school was South High. Shout out to South High. And it was like the UN, every ethnicity, everyone got along.
Really?
And there was no cliques. Because I went from Jersey where it's like geek, jock, bitch, slut, labeled, gay, closet, theater kid.
Yeah.
Fucking there, the jocks were doing theater. The theater kids were fucking throwing the crossballs around.
Really?
Like, everyone was fucking friends. It was the weirdest experience to walk into because I was so used to just find your group, stay with your group.
Wow.
Everyone, like, at homecoming was just, like, mingling and everything. It was bizarre. In a good way, but it was fucking bizarre.
Like, it was like, usually life is a lot shittier.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I could probably get used to this. And the year went by like that.
Yeah.
But so I befriended very quickly this kid, let's name him Zach.
Yeah.
And he was in the theater, and he literally was, like, the Zac Efron of the school. He was, like, the lacrosse star.
Picture.
I don't. After this.
Okay, after.
I'll find one.
After.
And we started hanging out. And it was very quick that, like, people were like, oh, Zach is, I think, like, some people think he's gay, but he always has a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, he's gay, because, like, that's what I do. You know?
You're like, baby.
You get it. So we would always hang out. And we didn't really become really good friends until we started having classes together the second semester.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it really took off. He would come over to my place. We'd always hang out. Mm-hmm. We had off-campus lunch. How crazy is that?
What?
Like, you could literally leave the school and go home for lunch for the hour and come back to the school.
The East Coast would
never.
Ever.
She would never.
No.
So, we'd always hang out. And then he went to a college audition and came back. And it's like in the spring. And he's like, Sam, I have something to tell you. And I said, what? He goes, I hooked up with a guy at a party at the college that I auditioned for. And I was like, oh, really? And I was like, well, it's so funny because when I went to New Jersey for winter break, I realized that I think I like boys. Like, I said that as a lie.
You're like,
but
I'm just finding out.
Just finding this out now. And so we bonded over being bi. Girl. Because the next thing was, it was more like, bye to the pussy and hello.
Yeah, like, bye to the pussy. That's good.
And so we go to a party at my brother's house, because he was going to college about like half an hour away at University of Boulder.
Okay.
So we're going to party at my brother's house, and not even like 3 hours into the party, we're like already drunk, and we're like hooking up. like on my brother's bed. Like this guy's like, I'll teach you how to like, and all this stuff.
He said, I'm gonna teach you?
He's like, I'm gonna teach you.
Okay.
So he had experience, so which means that was not the first guy he had ever hooked up with on like college party. So what he was doing. And that was basically that. And then I was like, oh wait, he has a girlfriend.
Oh, gagged. Gagged.
And so I'll never forget how awkward that car ride home was the next day because we didn't really talk about it. And I remember like being. Also, that was the first time I got drunk too, by the way.
Oh my.
So I was like hungover the first time. Also like blue ball because we didn't finish, and it was like all this kind of like emotions. And I started telling my friends, I was like, me and Zach hooked up. And they were like, oh, shocker plot twist.
Yeah.
And,
whoa.
And so then, yeah, right. Oh my God, Sam, you're gay. I'm like, no, I'm bi. Like, and I kept saying that too.
Yeah.
I kept saying I was bi.
They were probably like, who's going to tell her?
Where's the story go? Oh, so then my dumb ass thought I could trust these people.
Yeah.
Here's the shady part. Oh yeah, everyone did get along in Denver. Everyone did, commingle, but no one know how to fucking keep a secret.
Oh, nothing.
Because everyone talked to her, everyone was friends, so there was like no boundaries. And I learned that the hardest way. So the rumors were flying. Like there was probably about, I would say, 2 weeks left of school at this point. And mind you, in Colorado, our school ended in May. So we like hooked up in April, and then so by May, the end of the year was rolling around, and all these rumors were flying. I remember getting texts being like, "You're gay, Sam." But the thing is, I came out. So here's what I did. I was like, I'll get ahead of it. I'll come out publicly to the school.
Yeah.
We used to have these slam poetry contests once
God.
a month.
She Chris Jennered the shit. She was like,
oh yes,
under my terms.
Spin this. At the it was so iconic too because you're gonna fucking die.
Okay.
This is why I'm like so happy I have like the director's cut right now. So my English teacher, who's also my drama teacher, shout out to Miss Rinaldi. She also hosted, and she was like that teacher, like that. Yeah. She was that bitch. Like she was.
She didn't put up with.
No, but like no, she was like that teacher you wanted.
Yeah. In
yes,
a good way.
She was like, I know you're gay. I'm not gonna say anything. Yep. Da, 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 da. Like she was that ally. Like she was like the boss bitch. Like badass. So. And she went to school with Sarah Silverman. Her and Sarah Silverman were college friends.
Really?
Like so random, so cool. Yeah.
Random.
So yeah, fucking Jen Rinaldi is like the coolest fucking person on the face of the planet. I can't emphasize.
Wait, what
enough.
Teacher was she?
She was English and
of course
drama.
She was.
And drama.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So she also hosted the slam poetry contests that the school would have. Again, so liberal, so cool.
Like
Denver, Colorado.
Slam poetry.
Like. You know, like and so at one of the last poetry contests or whatever the fuck it was, I came out. I had a whole poem about me being in love with my best friend and all this stuff. And then like I ended with being like, yeah, and I'm gay. And the whole school was like, oh! And then, but here's the best part. You had to do 2 poems. So like I came back up as like a funny like kick, and the poem I read was The Perfect Girl. And I had this like comedic poem about the perfect girl in my eyes and stuff like that. And everyone was like knew it was so funny because I was just playing with the whole thing.
Yes, you were in on the joke.
Yes. So then I got ahead of I thought I got ahead of the rumors, right? So then Zach is like, Sam, why are people saying that we hooked up? Why are people saying that like it was at like my brother's house? Like, of course, the story was just getting so twisted. Yeah. He goes, I have a girlfriend. Vanessa can't know all this shit. And then I do not remember how it escalated to the point where I think I thought, you know what? Let me try to bend to the creme this. I will vote myself off the island and eliminate all the drama. So if I go away, then there will be no drama.
Exactly.
So my theory was if I tell Vanessa about Zach and I, it'll explode me from the picture.
Oh my God.
Because then they both won't talk to me. And then no one will talk to me. And then maybe I'll just go around the school and say I made the whole thing up.
Messy.
But so dumb. Like my logic was so dumb. But so on the way to the theater to go tell Vanessa, because I was like, I had the intent to murder. Like that was like, you know what I mean? Like the intent was there.
Literally.
I bumped into Miss Rinaldi. And she said, you were up to something. She goes, you're up to something. And I told her, she goes, no.
You can't.
She goes, Sam. She goes, the other man, the other woman can never be the one to tell. It is not your story to
Oh,
tell.
she read you.
She read me to fucking filth. And I mean, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. It's
like,
yes.
The whore does not get to be the home wrecker.
Nope.
And that's the man or the woman's job. Like, that's their shit.
Know your lane, baby.
And I did not know that lane. I was
just the
blindfolded
whore.
driving. So I bumped into Vanessa in the theater and I said, "Can I talk to you for a second?" And she's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I said, "So, Zach and I are hooking up."
Oh, you did it anyway.
And she goes, "Should I talk to him about that?"
I've been like, maybe.
And
if you want.
I was like, well, he sure knows how to give pointers. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I realized that one, she was so like the blonde bimbo Barbie that she had no idea what was going on. There's probably nothing even going on between them. And I was so dumb because even though for months I was telling Zach to leave her to be with me, he already had. Because he was already bringing me presents to my house all the time. He bought me a fucking $200 video camera as a surprise.
God.
As a surprise for no reason.
As a surprise?
He would buy, yeah. So I was like, "You're so dumb, Sam. That was his beard. That was his cover up." And so then Zach shows up at my house. I'm cooking pancakes. It's like 3 p.m. I have nothing else better to do.
Right.
I forgot to take them off the stove when I answered the door because I didn't know I didn't know who it was gonna be.
Literally.
He yells at me, screams at me, like he's yelling literally so loud. I'm thinking like the neighbors, like he's yelling.
He's yelling.
He's yelling things like you. I don't want to say like it was really nasty.
Really?
Things. Like I'll tell you off the podcast.
Tell off and
I don't want these things like immortalized on the podcast. And then he leaves.
Was he big?
Yes, he was tall.
Oh, okay.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh,
like, yes. T. So he leaves. I go back inside. And the whole house is full of smoke because I left the fucking pancakes cooking. And I was outside for probably like 15 minutes. And you know how quickly pancakes burn.
Yeah,
So I rush around. I'm like, fuck, my parents are going to kill me. So they come home a few hours later and they work together. So they always come home as a duo. It was my dad and my stepmom.
Yeah.
They say, why is it smoky?
Yeah.
I said, I'll tell you guys at dinner. And like that was the thing. They were always like, just tell us about your day at dinner.
Yeah.
So at dinner, I give them like the not gay version.
Yeah.
And I say, Zach and I got in a huge fight. I forgot about the pancakes on the stove. And they were like, there's something more to this.
Yeah.
So then after dinner, we're sitting down and I tell them the reason why Zach and Sam are no longer friends. And the reason why I forgot the pancakes and I was burned down the house is because Sam is gay. And my stepmom goes, did you just come out in third person?
Like, you did it in third
person.
Person.
Because I was so insecure to say I am gay. That phrase I am gay was so frightening for me.
Yeah.
And then they were like, one, we've known since you were 5.
Yeah.
Because you used to ask for Beanie Babies all the time. You literally got a Ken doll for one of your birthdays and you would spend your birthday money to buy him outfits.
No.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah. I was like, I want Carpenter Ken outfit.
Ken.
I want Dentist Ken's outfit. I want Dr. Ken's outfit.
Oh, she's a bossy bottom.
Oh. Me. I'm not a bottom. And yeah, and so that's my coming out story. And I literally never spoke to Zach again because every time for the last week of school, we had a week left.
Oh.
And every time I would see him, he would just diverge. And it broke my heart because I did care and I knew he cared about me and I cared about him. And it is also still one of my biggest life regrets because to this day, I know he's married and he has a wife and he has kids. And I'm so fearful that I fucking scared him so far back in the closet.
Oh, you did
but
not do that.
Here's the thing. You're right. It took me years. It took me years to accept Sam.
Yeah.
That is not on you.
No.
You fucked up and you need
did
to
what
own
you
it.
did.
But you know what? That was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it is not your responsibility to give someone's comfort level to come out or not.
No.
If anything, you showed him how much people can care about you.
Yeah.
And even though they make stupid decisions when they're 17 years old, that is just what happens when you aren't being your true authentic self, is all those feelings are staying inside.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wait, so he's
married and has kids. And that was, I checked in like 2-3 years ago. I was like, oh my God.
Wait, so he had them young.
Yeah.
Oh, he took the hetero life. He said, I'm choosing the hetero life.
Yeah. Or maybe he really was bi. I mean, like,
Maybe.
who knows? But a part of me is like,
something had to make those kids.
maybe they're both. Maybe they're both beards and they're living like a.
Maybe.
Because that is a thing. Because I knew that his parents were a little homophobic.
Like
but
a little or like.
No, a little. Like actually, like a little.
Oh, really?
Like only a little.
Okay.
But again, I mean,
you don't know what's. Yeah, you don't really
so
know.
that's my coming out story, and I'm
Damn.
sticking to it.
That's at least it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
At least like it's got hills and valleys. I like that story. It's definitely.
Is yours like? Because I never heard it.
Not okay. So mine's really.
You can drink if you want to drink a sip of your water.
It's really not that interesting. I guess it was a lot of progress at once in my life. So I will say that before I had come out, I was still going to my dad's house, and my dad and I, our like relationship is strained. We're just trying to now, after like many years, repair it. Basically, I came out and stopped going to my dad's house within 24 hours of each other. And I had wanted to, stop going to my dad's house for years. Yeah. Like it was like something I couldn't do. I was terrified of him. And so the fact that I came out and did that in 24 hours, like it was like, you want to talk about a death? Like there was no time for her to die.
She was ejected.
Like ejected. But how I came out was my best friend had come out to me. And I was like, well, shit, now it's my turn. Like,
wow.
Like when we were so close, when you have those best friends where like they do something, you got it.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's a BOGO. So I was like, okay, it's my turn now. And I said to my mom, I left my mom's house on Fridays. I was coming back on Wednesday. And I was leaving on Friday. And my mom was like, I know there's something you want. Like, there's something. And I was like, I'm going to tell you when I get back next time. And I got back Wednesday night. I told her Thursday morning, which was Thanksgiving. And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Pass the turkey. I'm gay.
It was literally like that.
That's so funny.
So she was like, we're doing this. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. And she's like, all right. And I was like, I'm gay. Like crying.
Oh,
like
shit. It was one of those.
Yeah. And my mom just goes, honey, I know. And it was absolutely amazing.
Good.
It was good. And my brothers and my stepdad were outside. He's no longer my stepdad, but my stepdad at the time. Okay. No, that happened. My mom got divorced since I was last on.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
I forgot to mention that. My mom got divorced. But anyway, they come in and my mom was like, we're doing it now. And I was like, well, shit, okay. She's like, do you have something you want to tell them? And I was like, I'm gay.
And we know.
And they were like, okay. And my brother, he's 20 now, so that would make him, when I was 16, holy shit, he was only 12?
Wow.
So he was 12, which would make my younger brother only 9.
Wow.
He was 8 or 9 at the time, so he was little. So my 12-year-old brother, he sat at the counter. He's like, so I have some questions for you. And I was like,
top or bottom?
It literally, like, him and I are like, we are best friends.
Love
like,
that. Cool.
He just asked me all these questions. And he was like, so all those times that we would like look at girls like on your phone and you would say, you were kidding? And I was like, yeah, no, 100% kidding. And they were like, so at Disneyland, when you said Snow White was hot, you were lying.
First of all,
but when you're
who the fuck calls Snow White hot?
A gay boy who thinks he's fooling everyone. That's who calls Snow White
Rapunzel and all her hair.
Been like, oh my god, Elsa, that is fierce. You are so hot. Like me.
So stupid.
Anywho, but my little brother who he was 8 or 9.
Yeah,
he doesn't fucking stand what's going on. So he sat at the counter. He just put his hood up and he started playing his DS because he was little. He didn't fucking understand. So my stepdad saw that. He's like, Bob, let's go to Walmart. I'll buy you a present. So he had to explain to Bob in the car, like.
But that's great though. That's really great.
He didn't say an ick. It was just amazing. Like my stepdad, who he had a way with words. Let's just say that he would be like, Bob. Doesn't mean that Nick wants to see your dick in the shower. Just means Nick likes boys the same way you like girls. Like, that's...
Oh my god.
And in a way, when you're young,
it works.
That like, kind of black and white thinking, it's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for them that they got to grow up for a large part of their life with me rather than come out maybe... Because if I didn't come out, they wouldn't know all their views that they've formed because of me, not saying I force my views on them, but I just speak about it so much that that's become their like, this is what's right. So I can't imagine if I didn't come out that at an early age, how they would have turned out different, because it really kind of reshaped our entire family dynamic.
Absolutely.
Like, so it was a very accepting. There was drama the next day when I said to my dad, I'm not coming to your house anymore.
Shit.
And that was a whole thing. And then like that was a painful couple hours, but then when that was done, I was like, I'm out. I don't have to go see this person who's been causing me so much pain the last couple of years. I was like, I'm safe, like I'm free. Like it was an amazing, but I would say it's what we were just talking about before, the years after. It was so much like I did go through that phase where I was like, all right, now I want to be masked. And I started working out for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
Totally different from why I work out now.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to
It's your passion now.
Yeah. But at that time, I wanted to be bigger. I wanted to look, I wanted to.
Yeah, I know.
So I went through that phase. And then I went through kind of like that problematic like phase where because you're gay, that you see a lot of white gays now. They just say all these horrible things that they just say because they think they can get away with it because they're gay. And it's like, no, you still have to be a respectful human just because you're gay. Not like,
Yeah.
So I definitely went through that problematic phase where I would kind of say like all this stupid shit, like not stupid shit that people get resurfaced. Trust and believe. I go to bed every night knowing like, baby, you will not find that because I never played with such buffoonery.
Yes.
Just stupid, mean shit,